You crank the AC to max and get nothing but warm air blasting you in the face while you're stuck in traffic. Most drivers immediately picture an $800 repair bill. They're usually wrong. Trick number 1 is the exact system reset that brings dead AC back to full ice cold. But trick number 6 has to come first because your AC works perfectly on the highway and dies the second you stop, and almost nobody understands why. Let's start with a quick fix. Trick number 11, recirculation mode switch. Right on your climate panel sits a small button with a curved arrow inside a car outline. Most drivers ignore it their entire ownership. That button decides whether your system pulls outside air or reuses the air already inside the cabin. Leave it off on a 95-degree day, and you're forcing the AC to cool oven-hot outside air from the first second. Hit that button and the system switches to recirculating the cooler air already surrounding you. The compressor suddenly has a much easier job. Within 60 seconds, the vents start delivering noticeably colder air. Here's the part almost nobody mentions. Leave recirculation on too long with passengers and the cabin air turns stale and heavy. Use it strategically. Flip it on the moment you get into a heat-soaked car, let it hammer the temperature down for 5 to 10 minutes, then switch back to fresh air so the cabin stays comfortable and oxygenated. Simple, free, and it works every single time. Trick number 10, cabin air filter check. That next hidden problem lives behind your glove box. Most owners have no idea their car even has a cabin air filter, let alone that every breath of air from the vents has to pass through it. Pop the glove box open, release the stops or side tabs, and the filter slides straight out, no tools on the majority of vehicles. A clean filter is light gray or white with sharp pleats. A neglected one is dark gray or brown, packed with dust, leaves, and sometimes dead insects. When it's clogged, airflow drops hard. Your blower motor works overtime and the air that does make it through feels warmer and weaker. Replacement filters run $10 to $20 and take 5 minutes. Most people never see this part during an oil change, so it quietly chokes the system for years. Pull yours today and you'll immediately feel the difference in volume and temperature. Trick number 9, idle RPM trick. You're already sitting at red lights every day. What you haven't connected is how engine speed directly controls AC performance. The compressor is belt-driven off the engine, so at idle it spins at its slowest rate and moves the least refrigerant. That's exactly when the air feels weakest. Next time you're stopped and the vents are lukewarm, shift to park or neutral and give the gas pedal a light bump, just enough to raise the RPMs a few hundred. The compressor speeds up, refrigerant flow increases, and colder air hits the vents within seconds. Every tow operator and car guy knows this basic relationship, yet everyday drivers never link foot position to AC strength. Use it sparingly. A gentle bump is all you need. Constant hard revving isn't doing your engine any favors. 3 free, 0 tool fixes later, and we're only getting started. The next ones explain why so many AC systems slowly lose their punch and start costing real money. Trick number 8, condenser cleaning. Look behind the front grille and you'll find the condenser, a thin radiator dedicated solely to the AC. Its job is to dump heat from the high-pressure refrigerant so it can turn back into liquid. Road debris, bugs, leaves, and dirt pack into those delicate fins year after year. Once airflow is blocked, the condenser can't reject heat properly and the entire system suffers. Pop the hood and look straight through the grill. If you see a wall of crushed bugs and grime, you found a major restriction. A gentle garden hose rinse from the engine side outward usually clears most of it. Skip the pressure washer, those fins bend easily and bent fins are worse than dirty ones. Ignore this long enough and the compressor is forced to work harder than it was designed to, shortening its life and turning a free cleaning into a several $100 repair. Trick number 7, low refrigerant check. A surprising number of dead AC systems are simply running low on refrigerant. Tiny amounts escape through seals and O-rings over the years even without a visible leak. You don't need gauges for a basic check. Start the engine, set the AC to max cold and highest fan, then feel the larger of the 2 metal lines running to the compressor, the low-pressure suction line. Healthy charge makes that line cold and often damp with condensation. Warm or only slightly cool means the system is undercharged. Another giveaway is rapid compressor cycling. The clutch clicks on and off every few seconds instead of running longer stretches. Low refrigerant also means less lubricating oil is circulating, so the compressor slowly starves itself. Catch it early and a simple recharge solves it. Wait too long and you're shopping for a new compressor. Trick number 6, electrical or fuse and relay check. Sometimes the AC doesn't just feel weak, it refuses to turn on at all. Before you assume the compressor is toast, check the cheapest possibilities first. The system is protected by a fuse and controlled by a relay. Both can fail while every mechanical part remains perfect. Your owner's manual shows the exact fuse and relay locations, usually under the hood and sometimes inside the cabin. Pull the AC fuse and hold it up to the light. A broken or burnt metal strip means you've found the problem for pocket change. If the fuse looks good, swap the AC relay with an identical one from another circuit. Horn is a common match. If the AC suddenly works, you just diagnosed a $15 part that gets mistaken for a $1,000 compressor failure every single day. Trick number 5, blend door actuator issue. This one produces the most confusing symptom. Ice cold air one day, lukewarm the next with zero changes to any settings. Inside the dashboard, a small door mixes hot and cold air. A tiny electric motor, the blend door actuator, moves that door according to your temperature dial. When the actuator starts failing, the door sticks partially open and lets warm air leak into the cold stream. Listen carefully near the center of the dash when you change the temperature setting. A rapid clicking or grinding noise is the actuator struggling and failing to move. Random temperature swings with no other symptoms almost always point here. Replacement usually requires some dash disassembly, so it's not the simplest DIY, but knowing the exact culprit stops you from paying a shop to replace parts that were never broken. Trick number 4, cooling fan diagnosis. Remember the classic complaint: perfect cold air on the highway, then warm air the second you hit traffic or a red light. That's almost always the electric cooling fan. At speed, ram air through the grill is enough to cool the condenser. At idle or low speed, the fan has to pull air through. If the fan motor is weak or dead, condenser performance collapses the moment forward motion stops. Turn the AC on, let the car idle and look through the grill. The fan should be spinning. No movement or only a lazy turn means you've found the reason city driving kills your AC. Catch it early. The same fan also protects the engine from overheating at low speeds. Trick number 3, expansion valve or orifice tube clog. Now the symptoms get weird. Cold air that suddenly turns warm mid-drive, then cold again a few minutes later with no pattern. That points to restricted expansion valve or orifice tube. Both create a tiny metering hole that drops refrigerant pressure so it can absorb heat. Debris or ice from moisture can partially block that pinpoint opening. Flow stops, cooling stops, then the blockage temporarily clears and cold air returns. You can't see this part without opening the system, but the intermittent temperature swing after you've already ruled out the fan and electrical issues is the classic signature. A shop will need to open the sealed system, but you'll walk in already knowing the exact component to focus on instead of paying for shotgun parts replacement. Trick number 2, full AC system flush. Plenty of drivers get a recharge, enjoy ice-cold air for a week or two, then watch performance fade again. The reason is contamination left inside the lines. When a compressor fails or refrigerant slowly leaks, metal particles, moisture, and degraded oil stay behind. Simply adding new refrigerant doesn't clean that out. The fresh charge mixes with the old junk, clogs the tiny metering devices again, and can even damage new seals. A proper flush forces cleaning solvent through the entire system, removing every bit of debris and old oil before any new components or refrigerant go back in. Think of it as the difference between changing dirty engine oil versus just topping it off. One actually resets the system. The other only delays the next failure. Trick number 1, the full evacuate and recharge reset. This is the final step that locks everything in. Even after a flush, residual air and moisture remain inside the lines. Moisture can freeze and recreate the exact clogging problems we already covered. Air takes up space that should be occupied by refrigerant and throws the critical pressures out of range. A true evacuate pulls the entire system into a deep vacuum with a dedicated pump and holds it there long enough for any remaining moisture to boil off and get removed. Only then is the exact factory-specified amount of refrigerant weighed in, not a guess, not close enough. Too little and cooling is weak. Too much and the compressor is stressed. Done correctly, every component we've talked about, filter, condenser, fan, valve, finally operates in the environment it was designed for. Most drivers never learn this process exists. They just keep adding refrigerant every summer and wonder why the cold never lasts. Now you know the real reset. One part can still shut the entire system down without warning: a failing pressure switch. Click the link below and learn the exact signs before it leaves you sweating.